Hi guys.
And yes, as you can hear on the Skype, I have a co-commentator joining me for the first time. Why don't you introduce yourself here?
Shoutouts to Tholon and Harem, if you guys are listening. And anyone else, Keontae, Kiet, all you cool guys. Yeah, I'm Xio on Team Liquid. This is my first time casting, so I'm glad Sayle brought me on. It's gonna be fun.
Xio, by the way, guys, does an awesome interview series, and he's got a few big names, including myself, of course. I'm sure I'm the biggest name
Oh,
ever
most definitely.
gotten.
Yeah.
But yeah, he does like a community interview series with other people like Nuke the Stars and the guy from Japan, whatever his name is,
Cambium.
Cambium.
Yeah.
I keep getting
awesome.
confused because I keep thinking because I keep in my head it looks like Cambria, you know, the girl that's like on Day 9 stream. So every time I see his name, I think of Cambria, but like that doesn't really make sense.
Cambria. To be honest, like I haven't even watched Day 9 since he stopped doing Brood War coverage. I don't know.
You should there's two things you should do. Actually, wait, hold on, the game's starting, guys. Set number 1 is going to be Orion versus BoguS. It's going to be on Electric Circuit. Okay. Back to story time. What you should watch is like on YouTube. There's just like all the clips of like funny clips of Day 9 that are cut out from his dailies that aren't actually related to SC2. They're just like him talking about random stuff. So you should watch those, and you should also go and like look through the VOD thing and don't watch any of the dailies, but watch the things that have like different titles like Day 9's Musings or like other things, because those are really good. Should definitely watch Day 9's Musings. I highly recommend that to everybody. Yeah.
Cool. I liked his review of Kingdoms of Amalur, if that's how you say it.
Yeah.
I really like that, and also just when he plays other games like Skyrim, I don't know, I like that a lot. He's a good video game reviewer.
Yeah, I actually got influenced to buy Amalur because of Day 9. Not
nice.
that I'm an impressionable young man or anything, but anyway. So what's going on in this game? Nothing too fancy. Looks like BoguS is going to wall in here, do the good old depot barracks. I believe his Marines will pop out on the outside, though, so he's got to be a little bit careful about that.
Yeah, he's probably a mistake. He's a horrible player. I have to be honest. He's no good.
I mean, his record is like 5-9 or 6-9 or something like that. So, you know, you're correct, man. BoguS sucks.
I've got to check. I think he pulls down his whole team, to be honest. And Harem, he knows what I'm talking about. Also, by the way, before I forget, I told Harem, I'm like, yeah, I'm going to be commentating with Sayle, and you have to go after me. So,
oh, nice! Nice!
Definitely got to peer pressure Harem into doing some commentary, too.
Excellent move. Excellent move. I applaud you. That was excellent. That was great foresight. Oh, man.
Yeah.
Nice build. I like it. I like it.
Yeah, so I'm not reading our chat. Actually, this whole morning has been horrible for me because usually I come on, check Team Liquid, Twitter, get up to date on all the news I missed when I was sleeping, but I didn't want to spoil myself, so no IRC or anything.
See, now you know how it is for me, because that's been the entire season of Pro League for me. I'm like dodging threads in Team Liquid. They're like, oh man, it's crazy, man. Seriously, Team Liquid Brood War section is like a minefield for me. It's like if I step on the wrong thread, just boom, insta spoilers everywhere. It's terrible.
I didn't even want to go on Twitter because I follow like some Brood War people like Kiet, and you know, you never know when just a random tweet will destroy everything for you.
Exactly, exactly. So it looks like the Overlord has gone and scouted the wall-in from BoguS. Looks like Orion is just going to do the standard, getting his third hatchery at the back nor only there. Is it just me, or did he do a cross-map drone scout?
I wasn't paying attention when we were talking.
That's fine. I wasn't either. I'm just looking at the mini-map, and there's like this little squiggle. And I'm pretty sure that is a drone, because he just went back to his back minerals and he's going to mine that out, which is the standard move to stop a vulture from being pushed into the back of your base.
So what's the standard move here for Terran on this map? Like, is there some sort of build that's standard for these positions on this map or anything like that?
Well, I have seen tech plays quite a bit, because as you can see, you do get that pretty nice wall-in with 1 depot and 1 barracks. And I feel like there's a little bit more pressure on the Terran in the early game because Zerg gets the free mineral only. I mean, obviously later on Terran can take that fairly safely as well, but for Zerg it's just like, it is literally free because you're gonna make the third hatchery anyway. So you just make it at the expansion, and then it's like boom, extra money. And we're
Yeah.
gonna see a one fact expand here from BoguS. So nothing too special out of him. A little bit of a recap of what happened last week, by the way. STX actually took down KT Rollster 3-2 in a pretty close epic match there. So they're definitely coming in on a high here. Ace didn't do so well. I think they got beaten by Khan. Is that right? Either way, they've kind of fallen off since the beginning of the season.
Yeah, I'm looking at the standings right now, and Ace and Soul are right at the bottom. So I don't know. I mean, it's pretty obvious. I don't think either of them's going to make the playoffs. So I guess it's not that important. But still, for bragging rights, you don't want to be in last place.
Isn't there still like some kind of slim chance for Seoul though? Because they're like 6th, right? Like, hold on, Alright, I'm looking at the news post here. And they're like 6th. So maybe if they like win all their matches and like CJ and Stars don't win ever again or something, I don't know. I'm sure there's some convoluted set of circumstances in which case STX might make it. But you're correct. It's kind of very unlikely.
Yeah. Oh, we see a Wraith popping out here. I think the last time I saw BoguS play, he was it a TVT? Do you remember when they played versus KT?
I do not remember, but luckily I have the handy-dandy news post open, so I can just go have a look. He played against Wookie. He played against Wookie. Oh, that's when Wookie did the proxy gate. And BoguS has crushed him.
Well, people tell me that BoguS has good multitask, so I'll expect some harass here. But,
yeah. I mean, yeah, we saw the 1-fact-1-4 most likely means 1 Wraith into follow-up of Vulture Drop. That's pretty standard transition. He did, however, the TVZ that he did play, I think you might be thinking of, is BoguS versus Saxry. I think I got the name right this time. Which was a really epic TVZ on Sniper Ridge, I believe. That was, yeah. I don't want to spoil it in case anyone didn't watch it. You should absolutely go watch that game. It's like a really long, sweet TVZ. And it wasn't even the best TVZ that we saw last week. That's what the crazy thing was. It wasn't even the best one. The best one was actually Roro versus Piano. But anyway, enough about the awesome games from last week. Let's see if we can get some more this week.
BoguS has some nice mines across the map. Good vision and, yeah, good scouting, I guess.
And we have a bunch of lurkers being morphed for Orion. I'm a little bit nervous because he should know that the chance of a Vulture Drop follow-up is quite high, and lurkers aren't particularly good at defending a Vulture Drop. So I hope he at least makes a couple more Hydras to help defend against that. I mean, he has the 1 Sun Colony at his natural, that'll help out there, but you know, he is a little bit spread out, having taken that back minor only. Meanwhile, 1 Zergling just running out, clearing some mines.
Yeah, and BoguS does scout the lurkers morphing in, so he should be ready for any bust on his front or anything like that, so he can pull some SCVs up to repair. But his defenses look pretty weak.
And, ooh, big mine going off, taking out a lot of links. A lot of lurkers are coming in here. Actually, I was mistaken. It wasn't a drop. He just went straight for Vessel, but the Vessel's not going to be enough here. Oh my god, losing so many SCVs. 3 bunkers going up at the front. Only one of them is filled, though. Is BoguS going to get taken down here? No, the defenses do barely hold. Oh.
He went too far up with his lurkers there. I don't know why he didn't just stay back a bit and sort of siege up the natural.
Yeah, I thought he was just going to go straight and break down the back door, and ooh, looks like Wraith gets taken out there. But, yeah, he just went for the front. I mean, it was quite close. BoguS really did not have that much stuff. The Lings that were leading did clear all the spider mines for the lurkers. Unfortunately, that last mine took down a lot of the supporting Zerglings. And, man, that was ridiculously close.
Yeah, I don't know if that was worth it for Orion, because I don't know how many SCVs BoguS lost, but that was a lot of lurkers, too. And that's a big gas investment and just time investment, too. So I'm not sure who sort of got ahead in that trade-off.
Yeah, I would like to see the SCV saturation at the main and the natural now. I mean, as you said, he must have lost at least like 10 or 12 SCVs. And now he's breaking down the back. I'm not sure what BoguS is going to do about this. He does see it, though, so he should be fine. But
yeah.
this fast vessel play is quite interesting. We've been seeing this quite a bit recently. I mean, you know, obviously not exactly the same variation every time, but I don't know. I just feel like we've been seeing a lot of this fast vessel stuff. You know, just going straight for the factory in the starport and getting a vessel out.
Yeah. It looks like Orion's ready for it too. I mean, I guess it sort of forced him to make some Scourge early on, which is a good thing because doesn't use him with gas for attack. Oh!
Nice, getting one vessel. And now, does BoguS? Oh, very cute, building a barracks there to help delay, but you know, that's going to buy him like maybe 10-15 seconds tops, not even it looks like, and he doesn't really have much of a ground army. He's unsieging the 2 siege tanks at the front. Looks like he actually did get the irradiate off though on the lurker, so even though the back door's been open, there's only a few lings back there. Meanwhile, Orion adding on a few more hydras, presumably just going to make those all into lurkers. He actually has quite a bit of gas in the bank.
I'm not sure if he's really fully committing to anything here. I think he just wants to keep pressure on while he macros up. I definitely don't think he's going for a, you know, a killing blow or anything like that.
Wait, how did that tank just blow up? That was just like a bunch of lings just to kill that? I wasn't even watching. Or wait,
I think some lings
never
got...
mind. See, I actually... Now, I've actually gained a new skill, because I have like a preview window of the stream next to like the VOD window, so I can see things with like a 10-second delay as well. So if I miss something, I can actually like quickly look over and watch it again, which is actually pretty awesome. It's like it's like the streaming version of map hacks. It's pretty sweet.
Yeah, it looks like I was wrong here, and Orion just has another big force of lurker ling, and is he going in for the front again? I don't know about this.
He does have a lot of lurkers. He has +1 carapace now, and that is a really nice position though, where those tanks are sieged, covering that back door. I hope he didn't overcommit there though. I don't know how much stuff he has left at the front. Okay, looks like he does have a couple of siege tanks there. They are not sieged though. He needs to move them back behind the bunkers and siege them up. But with the 3 bunkers there, it would be very difficult for Orion to break this. I really don't think he needs to though, because he's taking the 12 o'clock, he's taking the 9 o'clock. Like, he's going to be up to 5 bases pretty quick, 4 gas bases, so he can really just kind of contain BoguS a little bit here and wait for defilers, and he should be absolutely fine.
Like, yeah, definitely. That's exactly what he has to do. He's delayed any pushes so far. Now he just has to burrow his lurkers around the map and delay any pushes coming out later on, just while he techs up to Darkswarm.
And I just noticed he's actually ahead on supply compared to BoguS, just slightly, 94 supply against 92, but you know, Terrans generally should be a little bit ahead of supply compared to the Zerg by this point, so yeah, Orion is in good shape, and it looks like he's actually going for a drop here. A lot of Overlords moving up. Are they actually loaded though? Most of his army is still down there by the natural. Looks like a bunch of Scourge going in, but only one of them hits. They must have been manually targeted down by BoguS. The links were close enough that I'm pretty sure auto target would have had them attacking lurkers or lings or something.
Yeah, he caught the siege tanks out of siege mode there, but he didn't actually end up doing much damage. It's kind of unfortunate. I don't like these engagements from Orion so far. He's sort of been sloppy execution. I think he's ahead strategically, but yeah, his execution hasn't been good at all.
Yeah, I would agree with you there. I'm interested to know how far along Defiler tech is, because you know, BoguS is really starting to move out with a decently scary force. But oh my God, there's the drop going into the main. And so many SCVs getting taken down. Looks like those Overlords were actually loaded. I thought he had so many units out on the field that there's no way he'd have, you know, enough to fill the Overlords as well. But it looks like he did. 4 lurkers and a bunch of Zerglings in the main. There the Overlords go back. Looks like they weren't all loaded, because that was like a lot of Overlords, but doing significant damage. But more crucially is that he's forcing BoguS' army to pull back here and just defend his main base.
Yeah.
And this just delays the...
the concern, of course, is that he spends too much resources with this gimmicky stuff, and he's actually not prepared when BoguS finally does push out. So, yeah, I hope he does have a big army ready, because BoguS is going to push out soon, I feel like.
And exactly as you said, that Defiler mount feels quite late. It looks like he did devote a lot of resources to this, you know, huge mid-game army, and... Because I thought originally this drop would be really good, because, you know, his Defiler tech would be on the way, and then he could just delay the push a little bit, and then the Defilers come out, and he's completely fine. But actually, his Defiler mount only just started, so this push might still get to his natural before, you know, he gets Consume up, and that would be a little bit difficult for him to deal with, but he is going in with yet another drop here. BoguS is quite out on the map here, and oh man, going in the front as well with a bunch of Lurker Ling. A couple of them are irradiated. Looks like there are some reinforcements back at home. It's actually only 4 Zerglings. Troll drop.
It looks like he does have cracklings though.
4 cracklings, man. Very scary, but man, that is a very strong
Going in for
core
a
of sea
big
tanks.
attack here. Oh, totally slaughtered. That's awful.
Man, I think if those lurkers went in just a little bit closer, if he had just a couple more, he could have done a lot of damage there, because everything was really clumped up and they were kind of pressed against the side of the map, or not the side of the map, but like there was a little edge there, that so it would make it a little bit harder for the Marines to pull back nicely. But as it stands, BoguS is just charging into the natural here, and there's just not enough stuff coming out. Defilers, it looks like, are not going to be in time. Some nice scourging on the vessels there. But, oh, it looks like there were 2 Defilers there, but they both got irradiated, blowing up some drones as well. And that has got to be the end for Orion, who I thought played this... Well, he had an interesting strategy. I don't know if I want to say he played it well. But, man, BoguS was looking in so much trouble, and now he's won the game.
Yep. That's really unfortunate. I think in that last engagement there, I don't know, Orion could have flanked or something like that, but he didn't have a very good angle, and like you said, he didn't move his lurkers up enough, so it's unfortunate. His macro seemed good, and his overall strategy was definitely good too. He had the upper hand for most of the game, I think.
And, I mean, this is kind of the reason why nowadays Zergs are always rushing for Defiler tech. Because, you know, in these straight-up engagements, the Terran's is going to take you out unless you have a, you know, really nice angle and overwhelming forces. With good control, the Terran army is superior, so, yeah.
I mean, it's 15 minutes, 30 seconds into the game that we see our first Dark Swarm. And I have to wonder, you know, if he had just been a little less aggressive, if that could have come up sooner and he could have held off this push, you know, kept the game going on longer.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, he also did expand quite aggressively. I mean, as you can see, he's got the bottom left main as well. I mean, he was up to, what is that, 6 spaces, while BoguS was still on 2. Like, was it really necessary to take the bottom left main as well? I don't know. I thought taking the 12 and the 9 was good, but taking the bottom left as well is a little bit questionable. I mean, obviously, you know, 300 minerals worth of lings isn't going to make a world of difference, but it would help, for sure.
Just a bit too greedy, yeah. Well, he's still alive, I guess, but not for long.
Yeah, he's down to half the supply, less than half the supply of BoguS here. And
I hate it when Terran wins with 2 base pushes. It's so frustrating because that's like the big attack, like every time.
Dude, just imagine how Harum feels right now for his poor Zerg friend.
Yeah, he's probably laughing at me because BoguS is gonna win. And I hate BoguS so much.
Do you really actually hate BoguS? Why do you hate BoguS?
Because he 2-fact proxied Bisu out of, I think it was, or something like that. It was just the most retarded strategy on match point. He had like this little smirk on his face or something, you know, like he thought he was so good.
I know what you mean, man.
It just drives me crazy. And at the time, he was more of a nobody than he is now. Drives me crazy.
So in the end, it is your Bisu fanboyism that causes you to dislike BoguS. See, I thought you had some noble reason, man, but no.
No, to be honest, it's my Brood War fanboyism, because if you're a true fan of Brood War, then you appreciate how good Bisu is. So, you know, any true fan of Brood War is, you know, just like
you know what? You know, it's completely fine to have irrational reasons. I mean, I dislike Calm because at one point I thought he was going out with Toss Girl, which I don't think was actually the case. But you know what? I still dislike him, man. It's that hate carries over.
I can't think about Toss Girl the same anymore. Like, I used to see pictures of her and be like, oh, she's so like hot and cool. But then I think it was at a WCG when C was like, yeah, she's actually ugly without makeup. And after that, whenever I see her, I'm like, yeah, that looks like a lot of foundation.
Dude, you just created like several hundred C anti-fans from my stream, dude. You have damned C to forevermore be hated in the foreigner scene. Like, he was doing well, man. He was on TL Attack and everything. You know, people liked him. But, oh, man, after that, C just lost like every last fan he had.
It was an interview on Team Liquid.
Dude, people are
public
gonna be
knowledge.
like hoping that he gets TVP for the rest of his life. This is gonna be terrible, man. You have just damned him, that poor man. Anyway,
Yeah.
looks like a play going down. Of course, Orion, being an Air Force Ace player, is not gonna GG till last second. But there it is, and BoguS takes set number 1.
Who do you want to win, anyways? Ace or STX?
Usually I root for Ace because they're like major underdogs, but in this case, I'm not too bothered either way. I do just really want to see Firebat Hero play again though. Like he hasn't been played in
Yeah.
months. I just want to see him play.
It's really weird. Like, why do you think he hasn't just military stuff? Like,
Well,
maybe he was.
somebody
got in
told me
some
he was like
trouble and-
sick for a while or something. I don't know if that's true,
Hmm.
but
I
really,
imagine him in the military being this, I don't know, this total troublemaker. Like, always getting into hijinks and stuff. And he was punished and they wouldn't let him play StarCraft anymore. That's the theory I created.
he still goes to the. He still sits there though. He's on the bench. He just sits there looking at the screen longingly, wishing he could be on stage.
Yeah.
Blind Roar says he hasn't played in 60 days. That is a long time.
Yeah, and he was doing really well.
He was,
I mean,
exactly. He was good. So I don't understand. It's terrible. Anyway, you ready to go with the second VOD?
Yep.
Alright, starting in 3, 2, 1, go.